Hey miners, Rusty coming at you. Today we're going to take a look at the RoseCraft Mosquito Lake Moose. So we'll see if we can get that in here. RoseCraft Mosquito Lake Moose. There's a model number. This will set you back about $65. And I'm still working on tons of new videos coming out. Season 4 we're going to call it. And but anytime I get something that's kind of hot to trot, I want to get it out there. You guys can decide if you are interested. Now for me, RoseCraft is exceptional. They really are. What you get for the price, it might seem like a lot of money, but you get fantastic build and just beautiful, beautiful bone. So we're going to stop, take a look at the bone. I do believe it's called, I want to say moss brown. Take a look at the fit and finish. Very happy. No gaps I can see. I see as tiniest right in here. So take a peek at that again with the bone. It's like deep. It has dimension. It's just, you guys can see that. Okay, I believe this is called a Rosebud shield. We'll do the centering real quick. Looks to be spot on there. And we'll take a peek here. Now, has a nail nick, which for me, the access is kind of short. And it makes the pole stronger. When you get something out here, it's easier, even if it's the same spring. So it's a rather strong spring. We have pretty even springs right there. I'm gonna get going a little bit. I want to make this quicker. I came with a sticker that said China on it. This is D2 steel, which I'm perfectly fine with. If you guys are afraid it's going to be not stainless, it's a semi-stainless steel, well, I say to you, carbon steel. For all you carbon steel fans, this is more stainless than carbon steel. Secondly, I'm going to call this a spear point blade. And you got a nice top swedge, and we'll take a peek here. And this has a long pole. Alright, so good looking. Let's go ahead and close this one. Ergos are not too shabby. The way that this clip point bumps up, you do notice it, but it's not horrible. And the springs, I would say the springs are fine. It's just this stickiness right here. It has been oiled and such, but there we go. Snap her down, half stop. All right. Okay. I would like a stronger snap. I think it just needs to break in. The longer, on a lot of knives, the more I work them, the more, shall we say, the looser they get, the better their action gets. But you can hear from that snap, you take a peek, we got that top swedge, and I like the ergos here. You can, hopefully you guys can see the curvature and the cant down, the way that this blade's gonna work. So I think this has I've seen enough reviews on these. I would call my blades a tad on the, like a medium heavy. So it's actually right where I want them. They're not too heavy. That when I talked about the pole, but we'll get this out. If you guys are wondering, I think you can still get this. This is a RoseCraft. This is the Brier Patch. And RCT RCT012. And both of these are non-traditional traditionals. I'll explain that in a second. Gray bone, fantastic. Also, like I said, it looks like it's just, man, it almost, you know, the case does Corleone, I guess, and Kieranite, and it just so much depth. Just such a beautiful bone. So this one actually opens easier. This one has weaker springs. Oh, do prefer that, but right now you can get either one of these, and that's why I wanted to get them out there. They're about the same price and about the same blade. One has a cant down, both are D2. Let's see what we got. Ooh, that's fast. All right, so maybe the spring is too weak on my particular one, because I like that kickback. Half stop, yeah, that's a little weaker than I had hoped. But here's why these are non-traditional traditionals. Well, one, they are D2 steel, and that's not found very often in traditional knives. Two is this would be known as an equal end knife or a cigar pattern. See the cigar, and those will sometimes, a lot of times, will have a clip point blade, but they'll very rarely have, we'll call it a coping blade, and that's what we got here. And then on the moose pattern, this is a very common, you got kind of a curved, it's not equal end because it's a little bit different from side to side. You can see how it cants down. It's almost like and what they offer is this spear point. When your traditional moose, I happen to have one right here, is a spade blade. From my understanding, that would be more of a traditional, if you will, and that's a case. And interestingly enough, these are built on the case 75 pattern. This is a case Stockman 75 pattern. 75 has a little bit of a serpentine, which is what this has, which makes me think Mosquito River. It's like the curve in a river, equal end or cigar pattern. Anyways, that's that. I am happy with all of these knives actually, and let's see, I paid the same money. This I paid more for. And I think this was 61, 63, maybe 65, 67. I don't know. Call them 60 to 70. Thanks for joining me. Adios.